On behalf of Christ Jain deemed to be University, School of Business and Management and Department of Professional Management Studies, it is my privilege to warmly welcome all of you to the Day 3 of a 7-day national level online faculty development program on educational transformation, integrating AI, teaching pedagogy and research 2025. This FDP marks a significant step towards building competencies for the future of teaching and research by embracing artificial intelligence. Let us begin today's program by seeking divine blessings for the success of this FDP. I request everyone to observe a moment of silent prayer. Before we begin section, I extend a warm welcome to Dr. Surendranath Reddy, Dean, School of Business and Management, Dr. Jisha VG, Head of the Department of Professional Management Studies, Dr. Ajay Abraham, Coordinator, Department of Professional Management Studies, faculty coordinators, my fellow colleagues and participants. It is my distinct honor to introduce our esteemed resource person for today's session, Dr. S. Kumar Chandra. Dr. S. Kumar Chandra is a professor at the School of Business and Management, Christ deemed to be University, Bangalore, with over 25 years of diverse experience spanning in technical, managerial, and academic roles. He holds multiple doctoral qualifications, a PhD in management, specialized in marketing from Kanpur University, PhD in computer science in artificial neural networks in business application, and a DSc in computer science from Madurai Kamaraj University. Currently, he has submitted another PhD in management at Madurai Kamaraj University. In addition, he holds an LLB from Karnataka State University and MNC in Cyber Forensic and Information Security from University of Madras. Dr. S. Kumar Chandra has published and presented more than 60 research papers in national and international forums, including 42 Scopus Index and 12 Web of Science Index publication in the field of computer science and management. He is an IMA certificate management teacher in the area of information technology, an SMFI certified strategic management teacher, and holds ITAL V3 foundation certification in service management. He is actively engaged in several bodies like All India Management Association, National Institute of Personal Management, NHRD, Computer Society of India, and many others. His research and teaching interests span artificial intelligence in business application, artificial intelligence in sustainable science, knowledge management, strategic management, AI in law, neuroscience in business, natural computing, and quantum computing. Today, he will enlighten us on the curriculum design and assessment through AI. Respected participants, please join me in virtually welcoming Dr. Kumar Chandres to the session. Welcome, sir. Sir, kindly take over the session. Now the session is over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you for the nice introduction, Binsi. I am thankful to Christ Jayanti Deemed University for providing me this opportunity to share my views as well as the thoughts and as well as the ideas related to educational transformations. Because this FDP on educational transformation is the need of the hour, because we are undergoing a kind of exponential change, irrespective of industry, irrespective of society, irrespective of governance, same thing, irrespective of teaching and research. In this particular context, we have to understand certain facts, because now in Karnataka as well as in India, there are so many universities are all coming up. Maybe state universities are there, deemed universities are there, central universities are there, IIT, IIMs, and now foreign universities are also trying to establish their campus in India. So with the population of 146 crores, that we have to understand, India is the number one in population of 146 crores. Okay. So with that 146 crores, if you go through our gross enrollment ratio, still we reached only 28%. But the global gross enrollment ratio is 38%. So what do you mean by gross enrollment ratio? Those who completed +2 and those who registered for undergraduation, any kind of an undergraduate education, either it is an engineering or humanities or commerce and management. So that ratio in India, it is just 28%. Still after that, if the student is going completing undergraduation and moving to post-graduation, is just 10%. So imagine country like India with 146 crore population, only 10% of our population is moving towards completing undergraduation and post-graduation. Really, country like India, we have to think a lot. And other than that, the Global Innovation Index. In Global Innovation Index, India stands at the 39th position compared to 133 countries. In 2014, we were at the 80th position among 133 countries. But in 2025, right now, India is at the 39th position. But small countries like Singapore, Indonesia, Korea, these people are all at the top 25. Even Singapore comes under the top 10 category. So what do you mean by Global Innovation Index? Global Innovation Index will specify about the kind of research activities which is converted into papers, which is converted into design patent or normal patent. That is what it shows. So again, in that context also, country like India, with this kind of a population, we are lagging behind. Our competitor China, they are at the top 25th position. And in terms of GDP, they are also above us. In terms of a global innovation index also, they are above us. But one thing they did during the time of globalization, privatization, and liberalization, we invested in service sector. China invested in universities. In 1994, I am talking about. So now they can able to reap the benefit of the investment what they made on higher education. In 1994, they invested on universities, they invested on teaching, they invested on research. So because of that kind of an investment, now they are taking the leap. Even whatever the Trump comes up with any kind of a policy decision, they can able to withstand that because of their investment in education as well as the research. Now, most of the excellent publications, patent, innovation, entrepreneurship, everything is coming from China. But we are also equally to them. Now, Government of India is also building the competency in terms of skill development, in terms of research innovation, and we are also moving towards the top 25. For that, this kind of an FDP or the institutions like Christ Jain, the deemed university, can have need to contribute a lot. So with these introductions, I'll go with within my presentation, and mostly my presentation about curriculum readiness, curriculum redesign, and how artificial intelligence is going to impact the assessment. Because nowadays we faculty member, we are facing a lot of challenge in terms of giving assignment to the students, because the students are all using ChatGPT, Gemini, any kind of uh, tools, and they can very easily preparing the assignments. So how we are going to evaluate on it, and what are all the challenges we are going to face in future? These are all the things we are going to discuss. So I'll share my presentation slide. Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay. So my topic is about curriculum readiness or curriculum design and the impact of AI in assessment. Okay. So before getting into the topic, just now only I mentioned about India's population, India's GDP, India's Global Innovation Index, gross enrollment ratio. These are all the statistics to know about India. Now, this is what the higher education landscape. So we have to understand as an academicians as well as the research scholars, we have to understand about how higher education system is going to get transformed. That is what your title of your FDP also. Okay, if you go with India's government of India's 5 pillars of education system, they categorized into 5 categories: access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. Maybe in India, the kind of like national education policy, they started in early 1970s, and now we are seeing NEP 2020. So even though there are so many policy changes are there, yes, the education system in India right now only in the second stage. We maybe I can say my parents, they reached the level of access because during the time of 1950s to 1970s, getting an education itself a difficult task. That is what they got an access towards education. I'm the second generation in my family to get educated. I'm in the stage of equity. So I can able to get the kind of an education in the case of in the phase 2 equity. The third one, quality. Now really the institutions like us, we have to think about, are we really providing quality education? So what kind of a teaching quality, what kind of a research quality, what kind of an learning quality we are giving to the students? That is really a challenging factor. Now, in that aspects only, NIRF is every year they are coming up with the top 100 universities in India, top 100 institutions in India, based upon engineering, based upon management. Likewise, they are coming up with to improve the quality level. Because if the global innovation index is getting increased, definitely it will be a reflect on the teaching quality and research quality. So most of our institution is marching towards the quality education. Other than certain IITs, IIMs, NITs, and central universities, and some private universities, most of the universities are all still not able to provide quality education. Okay, still the third level is quality. And fourth level, still we have to move towards affordability and accountability. That is, again, the challenging factor for most of the education institutions. Whether our fees is affordable. Now, for example, now most of the institutions started online MBA, online BCom, online MCom, online BBA, online BSc to make it as affordability. Now I come to know certain details about Amrita University, SRM University, Jain University. More than 2,000 students in a year, they are getting admitted for MBA. Their fees comes around 2.5 lakhs to complete an MBA. Okay, but if you are studying MBA in regular universities, it will cost you from 10 lakhs to 30 lakhs. So that is what now government of India is focusing about, the kind of an affordability. And the last one is still very challenging, accountability. Really, are we accountable for the students' future career? Are we having any design mechanism for the students to get involved in lifelong learning? That is what these 5 pillars we have to understand. So in India, still we are marching towards quality educations. Okay, this is an as per our constitution. If you go through our constitution, the 5 pillars of education system you can able to understand. Next one, 5 pillars of learning as per UNESCO. This is UNESCO's 5 pillars of learning in education system. So as per them, they comes up with again same 5: learning to know, learning to do, learning to be, learning to live together, learning to transform oneself and society. Okay, in that again, we faculty members and researchers, we know that still we are at the first stage. Our curriculum still focusing about learning to know. Now only because of some kind of an initiatives as well as the policy implementation of NEP, we are moving towards learning to do. See, for example, if you go through your commerce curriculum, management curriculum, computer science curriculum, as well as humanities curriculum, the kind of a practical exposure, hands-on training, or the kind of a practical implementation is very less. So that is what still we are into learning to know. We have to move towards learning to do. And the third one is learning to be. If an educated students, the learners, how they are contributing to the business, how they are contributing to the society, how they are contributing towards the community, that matters. Simply getting an MSc, simply getting an MBA, BCom, there is no other choice. So we have to make them accountable. That is what learning to be, and they have to live happy life with this community as well as with the society. So sometimes now, if you read a newspaper for the last 1 month or 1 year, you can able to observe that there are a lot of suicide is happening, especially in IITs, NITs, or standard institutions, because this is a kind of a parenting situation also, as well as this is a responsibility of an education institution also. We have to make the student responsible. So that is what learning to live together and learning to transform oneself and society. So as per this, maybe learning to be, learning to live together, learning to transform oneself and society, the role of parenting also matters, role of education institution is also matters, the role of community also matters. But still we have to focus about learning to do. As per the learning to do, our curriculum is designed. Maybe very honest criticism, maybe you may find wrong with me. Whatever I studied in my MBA during the time of my MBA is through correspondence course, whatever I studied in 2007 to 9, almost 80% of the courses also their course content is also remains. But there are a lot of changes happened in the business. There are a lot of changes happened in the case of an society also. Our curriculum is not changed. So now we have to change our curriculum to adopt the 21st century skills. Okay, this is one side. Now other quadrant, if you come, teaching evolution. Still our mindset is in the disciplinary mindset. Even though NEP gives importance for multidisciplinarity, okay, still UGC is emphasizing only in multidisciplinarity. But if you refer foreign universities curriculum, they are into transdisciplinarity and open science. If you take Indian universities curriculum, commerce, management, English, social science, computer science, engineering, everything is focused towards only disciplinarity. We are giving very less space for the students to learn about multidisciplinarity. Can a BBA students learn about computer science? Can a BBA students learn about social science? Can a BBA students can learn about psychology? What maybe we can decide about the ratios or percentage. Still, if you go further, we are having an interdisciplinarity. Still, find most of the universities still following the disciplinarity, very less focusing on interdisciplinarity and transdisciplinarity. But if you observe the societal problem as well as the business problem, which is more of interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary and open science. But in university, still we are teaching the disciplinary. So this is one focus on teaching. The other focus is about research, how the research is getting evolved. Maybe now most of the faculty members as well as the research scholars are all coming up with a complaint that I'm not able to publish my paper. And even now we are getting the help of AI in research. Everywhere, if you observe AI tools for research, we are making use of AI tools for research, not AI techniques for research. Especially again, my emphasis on the importance of AI in commerce research, importance of AI in management research, importance of AI in linguistics or literature. importance of AI in social science, behavioral science, that is totally not given importance in especially Indian universities. Still, we are focusing on traditional quantitative research using SPSS, AMAS, SEM analysis, or now recently mixed method approach, or the kind of a qualitative research approach. But the days are all gone. That's and all 2005, 2010 way of approach solving the research problems. But now really the research must have an impact. Research must have an influence. That is what now we have to focus towards action research, not desk research. If you observe, most of the research comes from commerce, management, and social science. It's a desk research. What is the use of desk research? Why top-rated journals have to consider desk research? That too, which is done in Bangalore, which is done in Delhi. There is no use of that. That is why most of the journals, they are rejecting Indian research, especially social science, management, and commerce. Now we have to focus towards action research which is having a link towards the learning to do. Then citizen science research. We have to focus, for example, we are all in Bangalore, what is the problem BBMP is facing? What is the problem Karnataka government is facing? So computational social science approach, design science research, practitioner-based research approach. This is what the challenge, I already made all the challenges in one slide. So now as a faculty member, you have to figure it out where you people are all. In terms of 5 pillars of education system, in terms of 5 pillars of learning, in terms of teaching evolution, in terms of research. Now, any kind of a department or an individual or the kind of an institution, we have to focus towards the next generation higher education systems. We need not revolve around in the old education system. Or we must have a forward thinking towards next generation higher education system. Yeah, this is what the open system and closed system. Now, because your topic is about educational transformation, still in our context, we are following the closed system. We are not interacting with that environment. At what extent our curriculum have an interaction with the industry? At what extent our curriculum is having an interface with the society? At what extent our curriculum is interface with the governance or global level? This is what here I mentioned about open system. Yes, we are having a very good system, but that system have to interact with the environment. The environment in the sense I am taking about the community, society, and global level, community level, industry level, all those things, that environment we have to create. So how we can able to create an environment for the students to learn? We have to make the changes in the curriculum. So once the changes in the curriculum, it will be get evolving over a period of time. Once if it is evolving over a period of time, it is having an interface or interaction with the environment. And because of that, the students can learn a lot. Now we completely focusing all the students inside the 4 walls of the classroom. Other than 4 walls of the classroom, whether we are making the students to interact with the interface, with the industry. That's what now Government of India is giving an emphasis on internships. They are giving more emphasis on internship. I think institution like Krishna Jayanti, you are all working on 4-year undergraduation. Because in Christ University, 3 years before we introduced 4-year BBA, now the students are next year, they are going to come to the 4th year of their undergraduation. Either it is a BBA, BCom, or BA literature, any field. So there also, they are giving an importance for, they are giving 12 credit for internship. 12 credit for internship in the 7th semester. In the 8th semester, again, there is a research internship. Once the curriculum is equipped parallelly, faculty member still most of are not ready to launch fourth semester. They're all so comfortable with the 3 years, sorry, fourth year. Most of the institutions, they are all comfortable with 3 years with the sixth semester. But fourth year curriculum is getting introduced. How our institution is getting prepared, how the individual is getting prepared. Dr. Raja sir, whether my voice is clear?
Yes, sir, clear.
Sir.
You can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Just to understand about how education system is evolved. Maybe right now we are at the education 2.0 digital integrations. Because of Niti Aayog as well as the government of India, Karnataka government, UGC, we are trying to introduce the technology into our curriculum. We introduce likewise some kind of a digital component we introduced in our curriculum or BBA curriculum or MBA curriculum, any curriculum you name it across. Because I don't want to talk about the education 1.0. That is the traditional approach. Right now we are at the second phase, the digital integration. Okay, that is also going to be get outdated. Now we are moving towards a personalized learning. So here, national education policy also giving an importance for the personalized learning path for a student. So whether the students can able to select any kind of a course on their choice, whether our curriculum design or curriculum structure or our system, which will enable the students to learn their courses on their own. Marketing or finance or HR, we are having a very limited option only the students can able to select it. Maybe we may give 4 and we can tell them to select 3, or sometimes we will give only 3. That is not the choice. The choice, they have to come up with their own learning. Whether the students can able to design a course on their own in consultation with the faculty member, that is very, very important. Personalized learning. So, for example, this system they introduced in VIT, yes, depend upon the students. Student is very brilliant, and in the second course, he can able to prepone that course, and he can mentioned it will improve their the very difficult to hold the students for even forget about half an hour.
Sir, I think
Sir,
audio is
The
breaking
duration
in
is
between.
Sir, good evening, sir. Kumar, sir. Vinci, ma'am.
Kumar sir, hello Kumar sir.
I think some network issues, sir. Maybe.
I think sir will join in 1 or 2 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Vinci, ma'am, can you check with sir?
I'll check with sir, ma'am.
Yeah.
Binsi, I joined. Binsi, you are making.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
okay. Sorry. Okay, sir. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Yeah. So this is the major challenge. So our curriculum have to designed for the present as well as the future students to incorporate personalized learning. Okay. Still further, if you goes, I think you can able to see the education 1.0, education 2.0, education 3.0, and education 4.0. So now we have to introduce real world problem solving. That is also another challenge for the curriculum design and curriculum structure. And apart from that, yeah. Okay. Now I'll move to the next slide. So in the case of an curriculum design, so far the first approach was teacher-centric. Still, I feel that most of the institution is following the teacher-centric approach only. But now we have to move towards student-centric. Yes, certain institutions, they already moved into the student-centric approach. Okay. Next one is action-based. Yes, in India, certain countries, certain institutions are already moved towards action-based system. But the last one is also very, very important. Now, in India, you can able to see the kind of an classification. So most of the institutions, they are all moving towards the research-based system. Because as per the NEP 2020 guidelines, there are three categories. One is degree awarding institution and teaching excellence institution and research excellence institutions. Yes. So we have to position ourselves at least with the teaching excellence institution. That's what I already mentioned about a kind of a student-centric or learner-centric system. And next, the evolution will be a kind of a research-based system. So whether our curriculum design and structured is in such a way, designed in such a way that to incorporate a research-based system, really it is a questionable. Maybe if you take a BCom and MCom, BBA, MBA syllabus, there is a one subject called research methodology. That methodology subject also we will teach in the fourth semester or fifth semester. With that, what kind of a research the students can be able to do? That's why again and again I'm specifying most of our institutions are all not ready to go to the fourth year curriculum. Because the fourth year curriculum is exclusively for research. So whether our curriculum is ready, whether our faculty members are all ready, again the third one, whether the students are all getting awareness or getting trained. So if you are teaching research kind of an mindset in the third year, what kind of a research the student can be able to do that? And before that, our curriculum is whether it is a research led or whether it is a research intensive or whether it is research focused. That also really we have to check it out to that. This I already elaborated a lot because the kind of an approach over here, you can able to see that we are moving from teacher-centric to knowledge-based to student-centric and outcome, as well as the main focus towards research and innovations. So now if you recollect the Global Innovation Index, India's position in the Global Innovation Index, 39th. So from 39th, we have to move towards the top 25. That can be possible. Indian institutions are all moving towards research and innovation. So for that, our curriculum need to be supported with research and innovation. We have to give more importance for the entrepreneurship, not employment. We have to give an importance for employability, not employment, because most of the education institutions, they are working as a placement agencies. But if you refer foreign universities, for them, they are not involved in placement. Their job is to teach and they have to tell the students to do research. That is why the role of the universities. But only in India, other than teaching and research, we are focusing towards placements. Okay, so definitely that system also will change, will be incorporated in Indian institutions, because we have to more focus towards research and innovation. Then here is what the challenge for faculty members. Simply going to the class by chalk and talk, by using a PowerPoint, that is not going to helpful. We have to get trained in extensive research, action research, or design science. Then only we can able to go and incorporate various different research methods, how to use artificial intelligence in research, not artificial intelligence tools in research. That is going to be a big problem nowadays, because now most of the scholars, just with the help of artificial intelligence tools, they are coming up with the research paper. But other side, the journals are expecting there is no AI content. So we need not teach AI tools for research, but we have to teach AI techniques for research. That is what the challenge, AI philosophy. Because AI, I'll come to that slide later, it is having a big impact. Now we have to teach how generative AI is going to be helpful in research. And now we are having an agentic AI is going to be in research. That is the way we have to teach, not the kind of a tools. But anyway, to getting an awareness about AI tool is required. Because if you take anything, there is a good, bad, ugly. But we need not focus so much about AI tools. Because when I was the beginning of my career, I observed everywhere there is a training on SPSS. Then after that, AMAS. But now everybody is teaching AI tools only. But we have to make AI techniques as a part of their syllabus. Yes. Now I'm coming to the main crux of my slide, curriculum redesign. Because now in India, we have to focus towards curriculum reform. Maybe either it can be technically, politically, or socially, or legally, whatever the approach you take it across, our curriculum, our education system need to undergo a kind of a reform in the system. Okay. Now, what student learning matters towards a 21st century curriculum is also more matters. Because really, if you look your curriculum, so much of curriculum overloaded. So much of things the students, in the name of basic, in the name of foundation, in the name of core, in the name of outdated specializations, students are all fully studying the outdated courses, outdated content. Really, we faculty members, we have to think how to overcome forward. That's what a way forward. And equity through curriculum innovation. So what do you mean by curriculum innovation? That's what I said. Whether you are having a multidisciplinary approach, either you are having interdisciplinary approach, or either you are having a very good curriculum innovation by combining, integrating with the industry or integrating with the society, and whether you are having a curriculum flexibility and autonomy, that is also another challenge. Even though there are so many institutions, they got autonomy, they are not exercising the autonomy. Sometimes faculty member also got an autonomy. They are not exercising that autonomy. Now recently AICT and UGC, they given freedom for the universities to change their curriculum. My fundamental question is, what is the difference between a college curriculum and a university curriculum? Maybe you have to rethink about that, because there are everywhere the same concept is getting taught. Then what is the difference between an institution as well as an university? So that is what it requires, a kind of a curriculum flexibility. And what kind of a values we are going to embed in the curriculum, that also matters. So you relook into your curriculum, whether any kind of an domain, then you think about that, how to reduce the curriculum, don't make it as overload, and what are all the things can be get eliminated, and what are all the things can be added. This is what requires a change. Okay, there are maybe we faculty members, definitely we have to learn from education department also. So if the curriculum structure and curriculum design have to focus these 13 principles, learner-centered design, activity-centered design, and now environmental-centered design, because now we have to focus about sustainability, ESG. These concepts, how we are integrated, how we are embedded in our curriculum design. Understanding about the human relationship, yes, this certain extent, and whether our curriculum is focusing towards any community-centered design, or whether the curriculum is focused towards the students' interest, whether the students can be able to use this curriculum in their future utility, at what extent they are going to use it in the society, or what extent they are going to use it in the industry, that also matters. And whether it is going to helpful for them in terms of doing their higher education. Maybe seriously, this is my criticism. What is the difference between BCom curriculum and MCom curriculum? What is the difference between a BBA curriculum and MBA curriculum? In which way it is different? Almost the students are all learning 70% of the 75% of the course content, whatever they learned in their undergraduation, they are going to learn it in the post-graduation. Then what is the difference between UG and PG? Same thing, PhD also, because I am the research coordinator in School of Business and Management. I used to discuss with my scholars, what is the different coursework you people are all learning as part of your PhD coursework? So definitely we have to differentiate the difference between undergraduation, post-graduation, and PhD. That's what the next one, the principles of forward looking. So whatever is going to happen in the future, whether we are incorporated that kind of concepts in our syllabus, maybe the challenge being this FDP is organized by Commerce Department. At what extent accounting analytics, digital accounting, digital taxation, A in accounting, A in finance is getting incorporated in our undergraduation curriculum? Because the challenges we have to understand, CBS school education system, they already incorporated AI from their 8th standard, 9th standard, 10th standard, and 11th standard and all. Programming concepts are already introduced by school education system. But once it comes to BCom or BBA, they totally lost the concept of the learning to do concept. So forward looking, flexibility, and yes, principles of consultation with teachers. Can a student can consult with the faculty member? They can able to come up with their own course, independent course, reading course, modular course. Whether this kind of a course is available as part of your curriculum design. Once again, I'm repeating, independent course. The student can able to design a course with the help of faculty members, and it can be a part of a self-study course. Next one, a modular course. And next one, a reading course. That is what? Then principles of leisure. Yes, that's what now we are having incorporated NCC, NSS, and yoga as part of their activity. And the principles of conservation, again, which is also linked to the environmental issues. So while designing the curriculum, we have to incorporate this kind of changes. Again, this is furthermore a pictorial representation. So if you are designing any kind of a curriculum, so now here we are having almost 10 parameters are there. So whether we are having your curriculum is designed based upon active learning and collaborative learning, real world problem solving, research informed, ethical, learners autonomy, maybe now digital fluence, digital literacy. Now we are getting into the stage of AI fluency. That is a stage we are all moved into that. So we have to focus towards that. Yes. So now curriculum design, as I again and again I am reiterating, most of our curriculum is based upon subject-centered design, not learner-centered design. Yes, now some of the institutions like Ashoka University and Ashoka University and I'll tell that universities later. They are all getting into learner-centered design. They are trying to combine 2 or 3 curriculum, as I mentioned earlier, interdisciplinary curriculum. Whether the liberal arts and science can be able to combined, science and law can be able to combined, science and social science can be able to combined, commerce and management can be able to combined with the computer science, engineering with computer science. Likewise, some of the institutions, those who are became a recently an university, they are all getting into the learner-centered design. According to the learner, according to the current trend, they are focusing on designing their curriculum. The third one is excellent one, experience-centered design. With that kind of an experience design, we have to give main importance for problem-centered approach and research-intensive approach. That is also very, very important. So at least the curriculum-centered design, we have to focus towards learner-centered and experience-centered, not subject-centered. Okay. So what are all the different sources we can get an idea for a curriculum design? Yes, from the science also you have to incorporate, societal problem also you have to incorporate it, moral issues also have to be incorporated, knowledge as your source, learner as your source. All those things have to be incorporated as a part of a curriculum design. Okay. Yeah. This again, I already given importance of this, how curriculum integration in the intensity of the curriculum of a 4-year curriculum. Maybe first 1 year we can able to focus towards the disciplinary based. Second year we can able to focus towards multidisciplinary, and third year we can focus about interdisciplinary, and fourth year we can able to focus about a transdisciplinary. By combining, because you are all aware about that, if you are combining 2 disciplines, it will become an interdisciplinary. Even disciplinary is okay, commerce, only commerce. Multidisciplinary, commerce and psychology. Commerce and law. That is what, even multidisciplinary is also, I am not for a multidisciplinary. But now it is interdisciplinary. Can we able to combine commerce with computer science? Commerce with law? We have to integrate it, not in isolation. Third one is still moving further, because now most of the education institutions, they are coming up with approach called STEM: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But in our curriculum, mathematics is missing. Now, because of that, we are finding difficult to teach business analytics, artificial intelligence related concepts. Somewhere other way from the school education system itself, the importance of mathematics is getting diluted or lost. But now we have to show some kind of an importance towards mathematics, operation research. That is very, very important. Then only the students can be able to think critically. They can be able to solve the real world problems, either whatever the undergraduation it may be. So we have to focus towards interdisciplinarity and transdisciplinarity in the 4th year. Maybe a criticism will come. Even the PhD level itself, we are not finding any interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary problem. How come we can able to incorporate interdisciplinary and transdisciplinary in the 4-year undergraduation curriculum? Yes, your thinking is right, but 4 year is a very good time period for a student to learn. Because after 4 years, immediately the students can join PhD. That kind of an ability and competence level the students have to develop. For that, our curriculum is the base. Curriculum is the core. Okay, these are all I already highlighted. Okay, now still we are moving further. That's what I already mentioned about open science. Now, for example, really, if you are incorporating certain concepts like carbon finance and green finance, neurofinance, climate finance. If these kind of a concepts, you cannot make it as a finance subject. It is a combination of 3 or 4 disciplines. For example, if you consider climate finance, sustainable finance, green finance, this kind of an area, it is a combination of finance, behavioral science, computer science, sustainability, environmental science, public policy, law. Nearly 6 to 7 fields combined together. That is what the problem exists in the society as well as in the industry. But still we are teaching certain foundations of an accounting. Now, is there is any course called blockchain in accounting, blockchain in finance, blockchain in auditing? It is not there. But in the world level, most of the bankings are all slightly started adopting blockchain in their banking and financial operations. Whether we are teaching that kind of a concepts to the students. So these are all the things we faculty members, we have to reflect and think further. That's what I already mentioned. So once if you goes to the transdisciplinary learning, there is no difference between arts, science, humanities, engineering. That disciplinary boundary will be get diminished. Still now in our education system, I am from commerce and management. I am from economics. I am from management. I am from computer science. We are having a siloed approach. There is no integrated, there is no embedded approach. That very slowly we have to bring either by teaching, either by doing research, either you are creating a kind of an curriculum design, and we have to make the borders between the domains have to be get minimized. For example, now one situation I am telling, ChatGPT. ChatGPT, there are a lot of scope for those who are all from humanities background, other than computer science background, because computer science, these people, they already created a lot of algorithms in linguistics, because it requires a concept of phonetics and linguistics, semantics. That's what now the problem of, if you really observe, if you are working as an AI tool in teaching as well as research, the current ChatGPT models lacks linguistics approach, phonetics approach, as well as semantic approach. That who can do? Computer science people cannot do that. That is the responsibility of those who are all from humanities, arts and humanities. Now companies like Google, they are looking for people with literature background, not computer science background. So the literature background or social science background people, they also have to understand about the importance of computer science or analytics or AI. In some of the universities, you can Google it out and you can be able to search. They are offering a course called computational linguistics. So that is what the arts and literature people have to go through that. Okay, so the combination of, as I mentioned earlier, STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, management, arts, science, liberal arts, everything will comes to the convergent stage. That is what maybe whether it can be a top-down approach or a bottom-up approach, how we have to integrate. Yes, the institutions have to come up with the different models. This I already mentioned, the importance of STEM integration in commerce and management, STEM integration in engineering, STEM integration in liberal arts. These are all the approach we have to bring in. Okay. This I spoke, I'll share this slide with you because I spoke about so much about transdisciplinary research also. Yes. This is again, maybe I experienced it in Christ University, but still it is at the planning stage because we are having an 8th semester. Okay. So ABCD. A stands for artificial intelligence. B stands for blockchain. C stands for cybersecurity. D stands for distributed or decentralized finance. So how ABCD have to be integrated in a management program curriculum design? Same way, it is applicable for commerce also. Imagine you are having an 8th semester, 4 years course. Okay, as I said, the foundation and fundamental is very, very important. Now, whatever the UG, the students have to learn about statistics and mathematics and computational thinking. So initially at the first semester 1 and semester 2, we have to give the foundation. Once if it is foundation, next level up, we have to create an awareness. What kind of an awareness? Now, business analytics and AI in business is an integral part of any kind of a domain. Either you are into literature, either into social science, either into psychology, or media, or law, or commerce, or management. This is going to be a very core paper. So business analytics and artificial intelligence in business. But now, because of this, automatically now another thing is getting emerging. There are a lot of cyber security related issues are all emerging. So cyber security in business. Cyber security have to be taught across all the undergraduation curriculum. Next one, blockchain. That's what I already mentioned. Whether any syllabus in India which talks about blockchain in finance, blockchain in accounting, blockchain in auditing, we have to take a call. Next one, now we are talking about augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. And most of the students are all very much fond of reels and the kind of technology integration. Definitely, we have to teach the courses like immersive technologies in business. Same thing, now this ABCD concept will create a problem also. That is why now we are having an AI ethics, data ethics, business ethics, responsible AI. This have to be taught. So now compare this curriculum and you just compare your curriculum also, and you decide how much of technology you people are all integrated as part of your curriculum. These are all, everything is an artificial intelligence. That's what the first A stands from, A, artificial intelligence itself. Instead of teaching tools we can able to teach as part of this curriculum, as part of this course, as part of this course. So definitely we can able to make it. The tools can be able to embedded within the subject. It cannot be teach as a separate course. So this is where now our curriculum we have to, so far our curriculum is fragmented. Hope you are all agree with me, level 1. Now how you are going to connect it? That's what I already mentioned. At the first year or for second year itself, we have to create an awareness. Then it have to be get fused. Then it have to be get embedded. That is what now we are having an interdisciplinarity and transdisciplinarity approach in our curriculum. Okay, before that, maybe if you are into internet, you can, I'll tell you some of the websites. Just wait. Can you able to see my screen?
Sir, PPT we can see, sir. We are able to see PPT.
Oh, okay. Sorry, just wait. Now, sir?
No, sir. Still not shared.
Yeah. Just wait. Okay, now it is there?
Yeah, sir. Done. Google.
Okay. Now, all of you go to a website, IDRBT. There is a website called IDRBT. I think, IDRBT, just go through this website. Are you getting this website?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah. See, this is now you can be able to see the importance of research and teaching. So this is an institute, Institute of Development and Research in Banking Technology. Okay. This is an institution comes under Reserve Bank of India. And they incorporated the kind of a technological advancement in banking and financial services, accounting, auditing, anything you name it across. Now just scroll down, see the research centers. You can able to see the research centers. Research center in artificial intelligence, Center for Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, Center for Cyber Security and Data Privacy, Center for Emerging Technologies and Cloud, Center for Open and Digital Banking, Center for Quantum Computing, Center for Distributed Ledger. So now you can able to reconnect whatever I told ABCD: artificial intelligence, blockchain, cyber security, and distributed computing. Okay. Now, if you take finance, if you take accounting, if you take auditing, if you take banking, and if you take insurance, this is what the kind of a technology we need to incorporate it in our syllabus. It is not still we are teaching old type of financial institution, financial services. Even still I observe there is a subject called banking management. Now in future, where is the bank? Now we are going for neobanks, smart banking, digital banking. Okay, so these kind now even you can see that open banking. That kind of an advancements are there. Whether we are teaching this kind of a concepts to the students, maybe. Okay. Now you come to still scroll down. Here there is a best practices. If you scroll down publications, you can also parallelly refer my slides. You can be able to see that there is a best practices. Can you click on that? There are certain best practices. There are some informations are there. A in banking, blockchain platform, cyber insurance, cyber security, then digital banking, data quality, social media framework. Hope you can be able to see this. Okay. Now just click on this. Mostly everything will consist of nearly 60 to 70 page report. So this is what, if you take a banking, finance, insurance, accounting, and auditing students, future, they are going to get into this kind of they have to learn this kind of concepts. But these are all the things not included in our syllabus. Then how come they can be employability and they can able to come up with a new innovation and new entrepreneurship? We are teaching the very old, outdated and irrelevant concepts to them. How they can able to develop? So this is one challenge. Okay, next one, again, go to Google. Okay. For example, you just type like this: BCom, FinTech plus HKU. HKU means Hong Kong Business School plus file type : PDF. Maybe just you can able to refer it. You can able to type like this: BCom FinTech HKU Hong Kong Business School, file type : PDF. Okay. See here, I think the fourth one you can able to, if you scroll down, you can able to see that the University of Hong Kong. Sorry, maybe instead of BCom, I will type BBA. Or maybe or accounting analytics. Maybe instead of FinTech, maybe you can able to type accounting analytics. Yes, I got it. Maybe here you can able to see that BBA accounting data analytics. Just type BBA Accounting Analytics plus HKU plus file type colon PDF. Yeah, just now click on this. Maybe here, see here in the third link, 2526. There, 2526. Just click on the PDF. Friends, hope you can able to follow it up, whatever I am specifying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if just please go through this, how nicely they made a 4-year curriculum with different credentials, free electives. Students can select any kind of electives. In a BCom or sorry, BPA, accounting and data analytics. Very uniquely, they come up with a program with a kind of a course structure. Maybe I'll zoom it out. Yeah. See that the language requirement and country specific requirement, see kind of an AI literacy, university requirement and all, forget about that. Okay, that is a things. Now professional core. If a student want to learn accounting data analytics, 156 credits. Discipline core courses, discipline electives. Okay. And they are having a free electives. And please go through this, go through their curriculum. Maybe if you scroll down, the kind of subjects what they are teaching, we are not at all teaching at the PhD level. Even a PhD, those who completed PhD itself, they are not aware about this kind of courses. How much they are advanced. Maybe now you can also contradict and reflect on it. Why this kind of subjects have to be taught for a commerce student? Is it required? Nicely they made. That's what the 4 credit, how they can make it is you can able to go through that. Okay. So I'm stop sharing. And now I'm going back to my PPT. Maybe within 10 minutes, I'll finish it up. Okay. So now it is assessment through AI is having a very limited scope right now because still our system is not matured. Yes. Now this is like AI tools. If you go to a bike mechanic or car mechanic, you can be able to see this picture, no? Likewise, there are so much of AI tools are there. AI tools for teaching, AI tools for research, AI tools for finance, AI tools for accounting, AI tools for marketing, AI tools for finance, HR. So much of things are there. So if you are giving this kind of an option to the students, without understanding the problem, what kind of tools they will select? That is what the problem of right now I am observing in our education system, even in research also. Most of the scholars, they are not aware of what kind of tools to be get selected. Before that, what kind of problems to be solved. So that is what very, very important over here. Even though we are having so much of AI tools like this, even this is the limited tools. Even AI tool is bigger than this. The list will be bigger than this. Okay. Now within that, now in teaching, we have to come up with an assessment tools. What kind of an assessment tools we have to come up with? Really, it is a challenging right now. But anyway, we can do the best into that. That's what. There are a lot of AI tools for teaching and research is there, assessment purpose also. But these are all very, very basic level. I won't suggest this kind of an tools for at the undergraduation level as well as the post-graduation level. There are so many things. Even now I am observing my daughter is studying 8th standard. She herself using most of the tools what I listed over here. So that kind of an awareness, our students got it. Even they are better than handling AI tools in teaching or AI tools in using an assessments. Sorry, preparing the assignments. Yes. Now, certain fundamentals we have to learn. Being this is because I saw most of our the topics is inclined towards artificial intelligence. So generally, by going through the philosophy, we are having four different types of approach: assistive intelligence, automative intelligence, augmented intelligence, and autonomous intelligence. So far, we are at the first stage, assistive intelligence. What do you mean by assistive intelligence? Now, in the case of a generative AI, we are getting the help of generative AI and Gemini for preparing an assignment through prompt engineering. This is what right now. But now, ChatGPT version 5 is going to come up. That is going to be automation intelligence. Now, I think maybe I'll share a link with you. I think it is from Stanford University. Just if you give a title, it will create a research paper for you. If just to give, because in the case of ChatGPT and all, we have to make use of the reference and independent variable, dependent variable. You have to use prompt engineering. You have to use so many prompt engineering to get the to write a research paper. But in the case of the Stanford, just if I want to write an article, future of workforce, just type like this, automatically it will get the reference and it will give you a 10-page paper. That is a level we are moving towards in case of an automation intelligence. Next one, emotions and autonomous intelligence is for self-driving car. I don't want to spend much more about that because our focus is towards curriculum and assessment. Okay. Yeah. So these are all the things you are all already familiar with that, and most of the other speaker also specify. Okay. Now the challenge for us in terms of an assessment, because last week I observed, I gave a quiz test to the student. Without my knowledge, he took a question paper. It's a mathematical problem solving. He took that image and he immediately copied it in ChatGPT and he got the answer. Now the ChatGPT or generative AI will comes up with an option that text to text. Now most of our faculty members, mostly we are convenient with text to text, but text to image, text to video, text to 3D, text to... Likewise, there are so much of approaches are there. So this generative AI will helpful for the students in preparing their assignments. Same way, we faculty member also, we are preparing questions, question bank, case study from this using generative AI. That's what, there are so much of ChatGPT tools are there for marketing, writing and research purpose. Definitely you are all getting exposed towards this. Okay. So these are all now, most of the students, they lost. For example, again, one example from my side, last week I conducted a RDBMS, in the sense, a database management system. I told the students to write the query. Query means just one line query. They are not able to write it. That because whatever the things they started using the ChatGPT and Gemini to get the answer, they are not able to write certain things on the paper. That is what the kind of a challenge, whether it is in UK or US or India, most of the students very high extensively, they are using the ChatGPT for the purpose. Okay, I think you are all familiar with this tool, ZeroGPT. If you go to the tool ZeroGPT and whatever the students submitted that assignment, if you give it to that, automatically it will give you how much of content he copied. That is a free open source, we can able to get it. But in some kind of institutions, they are using, there are a lot of similarity tools like Turnitin, we are all using it, but we cannot give it for the masses. So many students are all in the in the class, we cannot give it. But we faculty member, we can able to check, we can go to the ZeroGPT, and if they submit a 10-page report, just copy it and you will get the report. Okay. Yes. Now, AI assessment scale. Now we have to decide in our curriculum or in the curriculum course plan, at how much extent the students can able to allow to use AI. That's what now most of the institutions are all coming up with a policy for usage of AI. Okay, so there is no AI at all. Some kind of a course, for example, mathematics, statistics. These are all the subjects, or accounting, or a certain finance subject. These are all the subjects the students have to need to work out using pen and paper. They have to work out. So we have to come up with a policy that, yes, this course doesn't require any AI abruptly. We have to make that. In some subjects, we can able, yes, at the planning stage, or certain subject at the collaborative stage, or at the subject full AI. At the maximum, they can use it. Again, that approach also we don't have, because in India, our curriculum is structured. We are having 5 units. Within each and every unit, we are having some kind of topics. But if you go to foreign universities, they are coming up with a topic-based course. They are coming up with a topic-based course. If the topic-based course, the students can able to make use of any kind of an AI. Let the students can able to make use of any kind of an AI. Let them come for a discussion. Then we are also have to be equipped in that. That's what the 4th stage and 5th stage I will specify. If there is any research-based course, yes, let the students will make use of it. What is the wrong in that? So that is the 4th and 5th approach we can able to do that. This we already discussed. Yes. Now it is up to our faculty member to make use of the faculty. There is no standardized approach. There is no one size fits all approach. It is a kind of a personalized approach. Personalized approach. Even now in my class and all, I am very open. I told them you can able to use the ChatGPT or any kind of a LLM models. Whatever I am teaching, whether it is there, or other than whatever I am teaching, whether you can able to find it out any new things. It is up to the faculty members' confidence, ability, and commitment. But other than that, there are so many AI-resisted assessments formats are there that we already started using it. But now AI-assisted assessment format, because that's what I said, is there is any kind of a research, for example, in advertisement advertisement papers, brand management papers, consumer behavioral research related papers, we can tell extensively make use of AI LLM models to prepare the assessment as well as for the assignments. There's nothing wrong in that. That's what this side I mentioned, AI assisted assessment formats are there. And this is what the other side, the AI resisted assessment formats. Okay, this and all I can skip because of the time part. So thank you. Maybe I have to spend another 10 to 15 minutes for any kind of your questions from your side.
Now the session is open for question. If anyone has any queries, they can ask. Otherwise, you can post it in the chat box also.
Sir, I have a query, small query.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
So what I understand is instead of going generalized, we need to move towards specialized.
Yeah, no, my thing is either super specialized or personalized.
So the basics that actually what we are giving to children that actually also required what I feel.
Yes, sir. Definitely it is required. We cannot get away from the basic and foundation. But in the name of basic and foundation, how many subjects you will give it to the students? For example, in HR, principles of management, HR, organization behavior. Likewise, same curriculum, same concept, the students are all learning in a different way. That definitely now we have to do an audit and we have to find it out way whether really it is used. For example, now you are teaching accounting management, financial management, likewise, so many things related to a same subject. If you teach, then what is how we can able to incorporate new subjects? that is what my thinking process.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for clarifying.
See, sir, maybe I don't know because now if you compare 11th and 12th subjects, okay, the same subjects it is reflected and repeated in most of our curriculum in BCom and BBA. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
that then see 2 years they are studying in 11th and 12th. Same economics, sir. Now maybe have you might have gone through +2 economics.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know I have. I have
Okay,
gone through.
here
Yes, yes.
okay. Now in our BCom and BBA also we are teaching same economics.
Yeah, that price elasticity and all these
Yeah.
things will come definitely.
Yeah. That's what that definitely we have to take a call.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I think there is a question in the chat box, Kumar sir. If we
Yeah, yes, but Binsi, can you read it? Then I
okay, so
can.
I'll read out the question, sir. If we have to adopt the above curriculum, students have to train either from school. Is it, sir? That's a
Yeah,
question from Annie.
definitely. That's what I said. Now there are a lot of changes need to be happen from the school education system because NEP 20 directly they give an importance for higher education. For the last 4 years, 5 years, there are a lot of discussions, debate, policy converted into planning and implementation. Somehow we are not having a full clarity, certain clarity. But the problem is school education. As I mentioned, in the school education, the students are lacking the uh, foundations. Now they are introducing AI into their curriculum. Go to the CBSE website and you can able to find it out. They are having two courses, AI for science, AI for social science. I also gone through their curriculum. Whatever I am teaching in the 4th semester, they are teaching in the 11th standard. Okay, so definitely school education system need to be undergo a change, especially the faculty members of the school need to be getting a special orientation towards how to incorporate the technology into their curriculum.
So there is one more question in the chat box. Should I read it out?
Yes, ma.
Sir, is it important to upgrade a module to provide a current topic as you discussed in the session?
Definitely. Even my thing is that you have to introduce it as a course. Now another one also happening even here also I'm observing that we can add it as a one unit in a curriculum. For example, they want to retain the subject banking management. In the banking management, one of the 5th module or they will introduce a 6th module as digital banking. No. That is the wrong approach because there are even I already showed you this idrbt.ac.in. No, there are so much of change. It have to be introduced as 2 courses as well as 3 courses.
There is one more question, sir, from Shantanu, sir. BBA, I'll read out the question. BBA subjects are repeated in MBA because non-MBA students take admission for MBA courses. Should we now allow only BBA students to apply for MBA so that subjects are not repeated and so that we can add more diverse subjects? That's a question,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, sir. That's what I already mentioned about personalized learning. Now, why it is a repetition? Because 3 years BBA and 2 years MBA. Now, if it is a 4th year, the students are coming up with a BBA, then MBA is going to be 1 year. So now we are giving a different route. If the students coming from engineering, separate MBA curriculum. If the student is already studied BCom and BBA, separate curriculum. If the student already studied 4 year, 1 year MBA. So definitely this is going to be an approach because we have to design. Now, for example, if you go to Pondicherry University, you can be able to search it out. FinTech. So who will study FinTech? A commerce student or a BBA student or a computer science student. Now, if you Pondicherry University introduced a 5 years course, 4 years BTech computer science. Okay, straight away they can able to study 1 year MBA. So they designed their curriculum. That's what I mentioned, personalized learning. 4 year engineering, they are very strong at engineering. To learn about finance and fintech, whether you need 3 years, no, teach exactly what they want 1 year. So that is what now maybe we are going to get a 1 year MBA, 2 year MBA, MBA for science, MBA for arts, MBA for engineering. That is the track we have to maintain.
Okay, sir. There is two more questions, sir. Another question from Jagdeep Singh sir is there any UGC guidelines on transdisciplinary learning?
No, honestly, no, because still that's what I said. No, UGC guideline says only multidisciplinary learning level. But now certain institutions like IITs, they are taking it forward to the interdisciplinary learning. Very honestly telling, transdisciplinary learning is not there in UGC as well as AICT. Maybe it will be get evolved.
Okay, so one more question. So the question here is education industry synced? If yes, has the industry like hospitality or finance reached the level of AI integration in Indian context?
Definitely, that's what I am keep on highlighting, especially AI integration in finance, AI integration in accounting, and AI integration in healthcare, AI integration in hospitality, AI integration in legal. Any field you take it across, sir, it have to be. But how much percentage we can able to integrate, that is a challenge. Who is going to integrate? Now, even in our university, I am finding it difficult the faculties to teach financial analytics. Financial analytics are now, it is getting outdated. Now, the world is moving towards quantum finance. So there are a lot of challenge uh, uh, we have to develop the faculty. That is also now really I'm so happy because this kind of an FDP created an awareness. Okay, once it created an awareness, after the awareness, how we are going to train the faculty members for this integration level. That is the challenge right now, even I am facing in our university, because very difficult to recruit the faculty from interdisciplinary background and to teach, to train them. That is also very, very important. There are so many FDPs, professional development programs, research capacity development programs need to be organized. Again, I was mentioning about only curriculum design, but the other challenge is faculty's competency, ability, and capability. That also really a challenging factor.
Sir, one more question. Sir, it's from Divya ma'am. The question is, sir, for finance, it's quantum finance. Can you mention about HR domain also?
HR domain is totally getting transformed in the sense now any kind of an recruitment. For example, as I mentioned about assistive intelligence, emotional intelligence. Okay, all those things now they started using it in HR. Maybe now immediately I can, but maybe Vinci, I will share an article with you. You can be able to share it with that, madam.
Sure, sir. We'll share it with the participants. So one more question, sir. How can we improvise the modules to meet the recent challenges for facilitating employability skills?
Yeah, that employability skill, you have to go to Niti Aayog website. The government of India comes up with nearly some 12 to 13 technologies. I already mentioned ABCD, artificial intelligence, blockchain, cyber security, distributed, augmented reality, virtual reality, drones, 4D printing, and likewise, some nearly another now almost come with 8, another 2, 3 technologies. That technologies, even if you go to AICT, there is a model curriculum itself, AICT developed for that courses. So you can now maybe go to Google and type out a model curriculum, maybe cyber security model curriculum. You can be able to get to know about the syllabus prepared by Government of India. That will be helpful. It have to be introduced. Maybe the students can take a choice and they can study.
So one more question is this, sir. In today's digital world, AI has great impact and act as a drawback to students in cognitive thinking in terms of transdisciplinary learning. How can it be improvised on part of students?
Yeah, there is a challenge in everywhere. Even in my house also, my kids, I am facing the same problem. Even if I tell them to write, using a paper and pen, they are not writing. Same thing in the classroom also, because now my first instruction to the class, I don't want to see any kind of a mobile phones. All the mobile phones have to get inside their bag. Then immediately they have to take a paper and pen. Somewhere they have to write. Yes, writing and reading as a fundamental thing, which will improve your critical thinking capability, is really missing. That's what I already told you. There's a course called reading course. Okay, maybe I'm trying this kind of a course in my university, in my department. I designed a course on AI reading list. Nearly, I identified 20 books. The student have to read the books. They have to write the ledger, the kind of a reflection, and then they have to come and present like a book talk. Okay, that can be possible for a small group, but in some of the universities, a BCom class with 70, 80 students is very difficult. But for a small group, you can able to follow by introducing a reading course.
I hope all of your queries are addressed. No more queries. Thank you very much, Kumar Chandra sir, for delivering such an insightful and thought-provoking session on curriculum design and assessment through AI. The discussion clearly highlighted the evolution of Indian education system, importance of research. So you clearly explained how artificial intelligence can enable personalized learning, data-driven evolution, and innovative curriculum planning. So the insights shared today will certainly help us to redesign our academic practice to align with the future of education. Thank you, sir. On behalf of all participants, I extend our heartfelt gratitude for you, for your valuable contribution, and for making the session truly impactful. Thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you very much. It was
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Wonderful section, sir. I have attended many PPs, but what learned today is really worthy. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
sir.
much,
Thank you,
sir.
Rajesh, sir. Thank you,
Thank
Excellency, ma'am.
you.
Thank you, Binsi.
Thank you.
See you.
We are
Okay.
Thank you,
concluding
sir.
today's session and we look
Okay.
forward for your active participation in coming sessions of the FDP. Tomorrow we have a session on AI application academic research by Dr. Vasudevanam, and that will be held at 5 o'clock. Please do join on time. We will encourage all the participants to join and benefit from the coming insightful sessions also. A gentle reminder for you to kindly fill out the feedback form. Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Raja, sir, and Excellency, ma'am. With your permission, can I leave the session?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes,
Thank
sir.
you,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you once
Thank you,
again.
sir. Thank you. Thank you, Binsi. See you.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
Rajkamal, sir, you can end the meeting.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.